There are a lot of dash cams out there, and there are also plenty of backup cameras. But what if one device tries to handle both? That is exactly what the Seventour SC-1 is doing, and the more interesting part is it is wireless, so the setup feels as easy as it sounds. So we decided to test it the way you would use it every day: parking, reversing, and driving in real traffic. And as we go through this, you will see if it really makes things easier or if it just sounds good on paper. Let's get started. As we open the box, the first thing we notice is that it feels ready to use. We get the 7-inch touchscreen monitor, and right next to it, the 1080p rear camera unit. Along with that, there is a suction mount for the display, a car charging cable, a USB to Type-C cable, and even a hardwire kit. Also, there is an iron mounting plate, which becomes useful if your vehicle does not have a metal surface at the rear. Now, from our side, this makes a difference, because often with these setups, you end up ordering extra parts later. Here, everything is already in place. So right from unboxing, it feels less like a project and more like something you can actually install and use the same day. Once we pick up the camera, the design feels focused. The most important part here is the magnetic mounting system. It uses 6 strong magnets, and once we place it on a metal surface, it snaps in and holds tight. During our testing, even on uneven roads and small bumps, it stayed in place. The rated holding strength is around 15 kilograms, which gives a level of confidence. Now, if your vehicle has a plastic or fiber rear surface, that is where the included iron plate comes in. So you can still use the magnetic system without compromise. The camera itself feels compact and easy to handle. It does not feel heavy, and at the same time, it does not feel fragile. Moving to the display, we get a 7-inch IPS touchscreen. The size is practical, around 4.5 by 7.2 inches, so it sits well on the dashboard without blocking too much view. Touch response is decent, and menu navigation feels simple. So overall, the design feels more about usability than presentation, and that actually works in its favor. Now, this is where things start to feel different from traditional systems. Usually, a backup camera means running wires from the rear of the car to the front display. That process takes time, and sometimes it needs professional help. Here, the SC-1 uses a 2.4 GHz wireless connection. Because of that, we do not deal with long cables. We place the camera at the rear, mount the screen in front, power both units, and they connect. It took only a few minutes. Now, wireless always brings a question in mind, and that is reliability. So we did not just trust it on paper. We tested it in different situations, short drives, rough roads, and even a bit of distance between the camera and the screen. And as we move forward, we will show you exactly how stable it feels, how the video feed holds up, and whether there is any delay when you actually shift into reverse. However, if you are using it on a longer vehicle, placement can affect signal slightly, so you may need a bit of adjustment to get the best result. Now let's talk about the real experience of using it. This camera records in 1080p resolution, and the display shows that clearly. During daytime driving, the image looks sharp enough to identify objects, judge distance, and align the vehicle properly. Because it uses an IPS panel, the viewing angle feels comfortable, so even if the screen is slightly off to one side, you can still see it clearly. At night, the night vision feature comes into play. It does not overprocess the image, however, it gives enough visibility to understand what is behind the vehicle. That is important when you reverse in low light areas. Now, this is one of the main reasons we look at this device. It got a 15,000 mAh battery, also paired with a 6-watt solar panel. On paper, it claims up to 35 hours of usage on a full charge. In our experience, the battery holds well. We did not feel the need to charge it frequently, especially when the vehicle stayed outside during the day. The solar panel helps maintain the battery level rather than fully charging it every time, so it works more like support rather than the only source. Now in continuous cloudy weather, solar charging becomes less effective. In that case, the USB charging option becomes important. You can connect it and charge it directly when needed. Also, the low battery alert on the screen is useful. It gives a clear reminder before the battery runs out, so you are not caught off guard. Along with being a backup camera, it also records video. It uses the included 32GB card and supports loop recording. So when the storage fills up, older files are automatically replaced. Because of that, we do not need to manage storage manually. You can also play back footage directly on the screen. So if something happens on the road, you can check it immediately without removing the card. Now the recording quality stays at 1080p and 30 frames per second. It is clear enough for basic evidence and daily recording. However, it is not meant to compete with high-end dash cams. Still, for an all-in-one system, it adds useful value. When we use it daily, the convenience becomes clear. Parking it in tight spaces feels easier. You get a direct rear view, and that reduces guesswork. So even in crowded areas, you feel more confident. For larger vehicles like trucks, trailers, or campers, this becomes even more helpful. Because rear visibility is often limited and installing wired systems can be complicated. Also, since the camera is portable, you can move it between vehicles. That gives flexibility if you switch between different setups. However, because it is detachable, you need to stay aware when parking in open areas. It is secure when attached, but it is still accessible. The camera comes with an IP69 rating. Because of that, it can handle heavy rain, dust, and even high-pressure water. During our testing, it handled rain without issues. The image remained usable, and the system continued working normally. So for daily outdoor use, it feels reliable. There are a few points to consider. Its wireless connection is stable. However, it can depend on placement and environment, so small adjustments may be needed in some setups. The video quality is clear for everyday use, but it is not at a premium dashcam level. Also, solar charging supports the system well, however, it still depends on sunlight. So manual charging remains part of the routine in some cases. After using the Seventour SC-1 7-inch wireless dashcam over time, it feels like a tool built for convenience and flexibility. At $128.99, we get a 1080p camera, a 7-inch touchscreen, wireless connectivity, and a 15,000 mAh battery system working together in a simple way. And that is something we cannot ignore. So if you want something that installs quickly and helps with both reversing and recording, this makes a lot of sense. And if you drive a larger vehicle, the value becomes even clearer. Because in those situations, visibility and easy setup matter more than anything else. At the same time, it stays realistic in what it offers. It focuses on usability instead of trying to do everything. So in daily use, it feels like something we rely on quietly. And over time, you start to notice how often you depend on it without even thinking about it. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to share your experience in the comments.